We have two objectives today. One is to clean the car, two is to take photos. What's happening, guys? Welcome back to the vlog and welcome back to the channel. Do you see that over there? That light coming through that window? That's called sun. And I have not seen sun for probably about a week, 2 weeks. I have no idea, lost track. The garage is filthy, the inside of the car is filthy. Everything near and around and inside of the car is absolutely trash. So we are spending the day thoroughly cleaning the car. I've got some new products that we're gonna try from Ethos Car Care. We're gonna clean this thing meticulously today, and then in the afternoon, we're gonna go ahead and take some photos because I am completely out of photos. I have all this new stuff in my car and I have no photos to show of it. Quite frankly, I'm just running out of stuff to post on Instagram, so we gotta get photos. So let's jump in the car, head out to the car wash, then come back after that to the garage and do like the fine detailing, and then we'll run out to a couple spots and get some photos. Dude, this thing is so filthy, you guys. Ugh. So dirty. All right, so what do we need for the wash? We're gonna take wheel cleaner with us, and we're gonna take the car shampoo with us. And then we'll need this mitt. I already have a few things in the car. I have all of my towels, waffle towels, microfiber. So we'll go ahead and bring these two, and then we should be good. And we're gonna give these two a shot today and see how they work out. Curious to see how clean we can actually get the car with this stuff. We'll need a nozzle. And then when we come back, we're gonna try out some of the surface coat, some of the detail spray, and some of the interior detailer. And we should probably bring this for the wheels, as well as this guy to get really deep in there. So that's gonna be the setup. Towels, bucket, shampoo, wheel cleaner, mitt, a couple of brushes. We should be good. So I think the first step to any car wash is to use a self-service car wash. Anything with like a high pressure hose that you can use, and different soaps and conditioners. You just really want to make sure that high pressure hose helps out so much when you're cleaning the car. And I kind of have like a two-step process. I go to the wash, get the exterior and like the floor mats, and then I come home, and that's where I really get into like the fine detailing. I'll use my shop vac to dry off the car, and then I use my detail sprays, and I use the shop vac to get inside the car, really clean it out. And then we'll use our interior detailing products. And then lastly, we'll finish it off with a little bit of tire shine and do the glass. We'll get the inside of the windows. So if you guys saw yesterday's video, we went to Dynamic Auto Tune to install the charge pipe and front mount intercooler. Super excited to have that stuff in. And like I said in that video, it was pouring out, so I really couldn't test the car out to see if I felt anything. Well, today it's not pouring out. It's super nice. And I've been driving around all morning, and I'll tell you right now, I feel a noticeable difference. It's interesting because the kind of gains that you feel from stuff like that, I can just tell that the car is breathing effortlessly. From intake to exhaust, it just feels so smooth, and like the power curve is much more consistent. And before I upgraded all of these pipes and the intake and the exhaust and the intercooler and all of that, I could always feel like a little bit of lag. I feel like that lag is now gone. And that's probably due to me upgrading the intake, the turbo inlet, the charge pipe, the intercooler, the exhaust. The car is just breathing so well. So now that it's dry out, I got to get on it a little bit this morning, and you guys, I can definitely tell a difference. So if any of you guys are on the fence about getting those things, I highly recommend doing it. So you guys will be happy to hear that the next modification I am doing is boot mode. I am super excited. I can't wait to tune this car. And once we tune the car, that's really when I'm gonna benefit from everything that I've put on. The intake, the exhaust, the intercooler, the charge pipe, all of that will really come to life once we tune the car. All right, so we are at the bay. So this is really all you need, you guys. All of the conditioner comes out of here. They have these brushes. I only use these on the wheels. Do not use this on your car paint. It will scratch. And then obviously our high pressure hose. And really the only things I use the tire cleaner, I use the pre-soak, I use the high pressure soap. The foam brush I only use on the wheels. I rinse and then I do the triple foam and then that's it. I don't really mess with the Rain-X, I don't do the spot free, I just rinse again after that. I like the pressure that comes out of the rinse rather than the spot free. So we're gonna jump into it. All right, let's get this going. Get that ceramic, get it just beads off on the ceramic. You can see the difference. So this is not ceramic coated, and that has a ceramic coat on it. All the water just beads right off. Pretty awesome. Look at that. So we foamed up the wheels. Got them nice and foamy. And now what we're gonna do is gonna rinse everything off and then go through the triple foam, and we're gonna do all of this over with the products that I have here with me. So we got through the first wash cycle. Now we're gonna use this Ethos wheel cleaner. We're really gonna get in there and clean thoroughly these wheels with the brushes that I have. So the wheel cleaner is on and it's doing its thing. We're gonna let it sit for just about 2 minutes and wait for this to slowly change colors. It's actually bringing out a lot of the dirt right now. And I'm gonna use these actual brushes to get in there and kind of clean things off. All right, so now we're gonna rinse it, do a rinse. All right, so we're gonna add some of this Ethos car shampoo to the bucket, just a little bit. We're gonna throw some water in there, get the mitt, get this car looking clean. That's kind of like the preliminary wash cycle, and I didn't dry the car off all the way because really I'm going to go home and use air dry in order to really dry the car off thoroughly. I think a good rule of thumb when drying the car is the less that you can touch the car, the better. It's actually pretty incredible because I just had that hood paint corrected and then I had a temporary ceramic sealant put on and the water just beads off, and that's enough to sell me on the fact that I really need to ceramic coat my entire car, because washing the car when it's ceramic coated is so much easier. It pretty much eliminates most of the drying process, so that's something to keep in mind. And it also kind of just wicks away all the dirt too, so it's really easy to keep your car clean when it's ceramic coated. So we just got through that quick wash. We're gonna head home. That's kind of like the first part. Head home, and now this is where the real job starts, where we get like the fine detailing inside the car, outside of the car, do the drying, the vacuuming. So this is where like the real work starts. And then by sunset, I want to be able to get some pictures, because that's like usually the best time to get photos on sunny days. Let's head home, let's get this wash finished up, and then we'll do some photos. All right, so we are back at the garage. The car is relatively clean. Now we're gonna start the drying process. I'm going to use this new dryer that I got. It's blower guy, and we're just gonna go through the entire car, get all the crevices, the grill, everything on the lip, front bumper, and just dry it all out, even the wheels. The wheels do look much cleaner. I will say that I've used another wheel cleaner before and it was absolutely terrible. I'm not gonna mention the name of the company, but this Ethos car care stuff is great. It's fantastic. It's actually pretty cool. You spray it on as green and it turns like red. And that's kind of how you know that it's finished bringing out all the dirt. And once I just sprayed it off, all the dirt came off with it. So Ethos car care, killing it with the wheel cleaner. The shampoo is really nice too. I wish I had a foam gun. I think you can take advantage of shampoo much better if you have a foam gun. Might be something I need to purchase in the future. But also that worked well too. The car is super clean. I have no complaints. So we're gonna go through and do all the fine detailing. I'm gonna do a little time-lapse action so I can focus on the cleaning. If I have any little points, I'll stop the camera and I'll talk about them. All right, so I'm happy with how dry the car is at this point, but there are some water spots, especially along the trim. So I'm gonna use some of the detail spray now and get all of those spots out, just kind of give it a polish and do a once over on the entire vehicle. And then I'm gonna work on the wheels and the tires. All right, so here's the deal. I kind of went at it and just attacked everything that I wanted to attack. The only thing I haven't done yet is the tire shine in the windows. So let me quick talk about what I used on the car. So I used this interior detailer from Ethos Car Care, and this stuff is awesome. The reason I really like this is that it leaves a matte finish, like an OEM finish, rather than it being like too shiny and like slippery. And it just removes any of the grime or like fingerprints or footprints on the interior, which is exactly what I had. And so the inside is super clean now, looks good. I'm gonna show you that right now. So here is the inside at the moment. And you see how it's not shiny or like wet looking? That's because that interior spray gives it a nice matte finish. So if you look across here, I used it everywhere in the car and it just cleaned everything up. So I'm definitely going to be ordering more of the Ethos Car Care interior detailer because this stuff is golden. Basically all I did to apply it was I sprayed it onto a microfiber cloth and then just rubbed it in and just kind of slowly rubbed it into the leather, all of the different trim pieces, the dashboard. I pretty much went over everything in the car and it looks great. So to finish off the exterior of the car, I used this Ethos detail spray, and then I used a really, really soft cloth. And these cloths are super, super, super soft. And so I don't feel bad about putting them on the paint or rubbing it. It just feels like it's a polishing cloth. And so I went over the entire car after washing it and drying it with this and the detail spray, and it just has a very smooth kind of like waxed feeling to it. Absolutely love that stuff. So the next plan of attack is to hit the tires, and I'm using the Ethos Tire Shine. The reason I like this stuff is same as the interior detailer, it doesn't leave it too wet. It's more like a matte finish. And I really don't like a very wet tire shine. I like it to be matte so it doesn't sling all over the car. That's one of the other benefits of this stuff. It doesn't sling. It sticks to the tire. And so we're gonna give it a shot. Let's see how it looks. I'm gonna show you before and after. And the way that we're gonna apply that is using this Tire Shine applicator. It's basically just foam. All right guys, so here is the before shot. As you can see, the tire is as dry as a bone. Also, I wanna point out, look at how clean these wheels are. So the Ethos Car Care wheel cleaner is fantastic stuff. It does a great job of removing all of the grime, and I also love that it's color coded. Basically what happens is when you spray it on, it's green, and then once all of the grime is picked up, it turns red, and then you just spray and all of that comes off. It's really, really easy to use. So let's move into this Tire Shine. Here is the actual bottle of the Tire Shine. We're gonna go ahead and applicate it to this tire, and you can see how it looks right now, and I'm not looking for a super wet finish. I just want a nice, clean, matte finish on this tire. Something that's not gonna sling all over my side skirts, and this is gonna be the stuff to do it. So let's throw it on. So here's how I'm going to attack this. Some people will just spray it on, which is one way to do it, but you're gonna get overspray if you just spray it on. You're gonna get it on your wheels, on your fenders. I'd rather not do that. So I'm actually going to just use this applicator pad and just kind of lay it into the applicator pad like that. Maybe just a couple of sprays, you don't need much. And we'll just start kind of working it around the actual wheel. I think less is more with this stuff. You don't need to go crazy on it. And really just work it in. Work your way around that wheel. And so there you have it. It is on, and you can tell it's not too shiny. It just has a nice sheen look to it. Almost like a matte sheen look. And also, I'm kind of a weirdo, and there's like some plastic pieces back here. I like to go into the fender well and get some of that plastic, because you can also apply this stuff to plastic. So the reason that I love these Ethos products is they're quick and they're easy. And I go to a lot of car shows. I do a lot of indoor car shows, a lot of like expos, and it's really just a convenient and fast way to get the car looking as good as possible with the least amount of effort. So whether you're doing like a full-on detail or you're just on the run and you're going to a car show and you need to quickly bring the car back to life, these products work out great for that. It is convenient stuff. and I highly recommend you guys check out Ethos. They make awesome products. I'm gonna put a link down in the description to everything that I used here today in this video. If you guys wanna grab some, go ahead. They're all Amazon links, so it's super fast and easy to get them to your door. So we finished up the car. I've probably spent about 2.5 hours on it to get it to where I want it to be. It is very clean at the moment. This is like as clean as I would get it for Cars and Coffee or something like that. If I was going to like an expo show or like a convention center show, I would definitely take more time. I would get all in the details. I would clean up all the plastic, do all the glass, make sure it was just pristine. And then I'd also bring these products with me because when I got to the show, I would do more cleaning up because it's inevitable that it will get dirty just from the ride from the garage to the actual expo show. But for what it's worth, we spent 2 hours on the car, 2.5 hours on the car just getting it to where I want it to be. And I continually do these 2.5 hour washes every week. And really it's rather easy to keep the car super clean because I consistently wash it and I take the time to keep it at this level of clean. I'm also pretty lucky because I work from home, so this car kind of sits during the day. I don't drive it too much, so I'm very lucky when it comes to that because the car just kind of stays clean. It's in the garage all the time. All right, so that is enough talking. Now that we have the car as clean as I want it to be, we're gonna do some photos because I need new photos. I have a bunch of new stuff that I put on the car and I haven't done photos with it. So we're gonna run down to my favorite parking garage and we're gonna get some photos done. I'm gonna try and get as many as possible. Once this sun is kind of coming down, I'm just waiting for it a little bit here. It's still a little too bright, but once the sun comes down a little bit, we're gonna head to the garage and I'm gonna do some photos tonight. All right guys, so I'm out here getting some shots and I'm just gonna do a little walk around to the car to show you what we cleaned today. Tell me what you think, man. It looks pretty clean. It's looking really good. Looking really good. Little walk around. Kind of want to show you everything. Pretty good, pretty good. All right guys, so I'm gonna focus on getting some photos of the car and doing that whole thing. I just wanna thank you guys for watching the video. If you're new here, please do consider subscribing. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you want to add something, maybe comment down below. And if you wanna know when I upload, hit the bell notifications. And just like that guys, this video's over. And I'm out. Peace.